how I got started, actually, there was a couple spots I didn't tell you. So I went from Westland High School being prom queen and enjoying my experience in high school to college, which was my parents' idea, not really mine. So I did that for a year. It wasn't a good fit at Portland State. I dropped out. I actually, my background is a celebrity nanny. So I was actually an
Wow.
international celebrity nanny that traveled to 60 countries. uh, I worked with the Baldwin family. I worked with some Olympians. I worked with a couple clients that I can't name. I also ended up doing a small stint with Rosie O'Donnell's ex-wife. And so I learned so much from them about social media and exposure and having a visual component to your business or whatever you're doing, whatever you're trying to launch. And so I ended up going back to college in New York to a missionary school, but it wasn't until after college that I ended up nannying for an influencer. This is a woman named Saide Sylvia. I nannied for her a couple times, and this woman crafted such a compelling brand story about, having a daughter unexpectedly, and, them having mommy and daughter trips to Paris, and her daughter has curly hair, and wanting to be like a mom that doesn't necessarily forget who she is in motherhood, in the act of motherhood. That now I think she has close to 400,000 followers, and she was booking deals with like Uber, right, for instance, and
Yeah.
Fifth Saks Avenue. So I just watched what she did and was like, oh, there's something to this influencer marketing. There's something to Instagram, because I was very anti social media for a long time. So that's how
Yes.
I got started. It was just watching her and seeing the difference between some clients of mine that use social media and other clients that didn't. And there was a big difference when it comes to their workshops being full, their memberships being full, etc.
So, was it a huge risk taking on this journey and starting the social media process of consulting people?
A little bit, yeah. Actually, last year was one of my best years. It was a low startup cost to be a consultant the way I did it. I ended up just jumping on YouTube and Googling, what is consulting? What is coaching? What's the difference? How do you get clients? And a lot of it was networking in person at the time. But then when COVID hit, everything went online. And so that was a lot easier to connect with people all around the world in these networking events and via Instagram.
So, when you say networking, what is the specifics of networking? Because everyone posts like, "You got to network, you got to network." What really is that?
Fabulous question. So the way that I approach it is you have to have a strong pitch, right? And you
Mm-hmm.
want to find networking events that have a lot of attendance. So, for instance, the Happiness Neighborhood Project, what that is it's the networking events are broken up by state. So you can be in Texas, you can be in Australia, even though that's obviously not a state. And when you
Yeah.
log on, there is about 200 people in the room, and then they break you down into breakout rooms until 20. So that's what I mean by networking is, you're jumping on a platform. There's lots of attendance, right? They all have their different skills, their different industries, and you're just talking, right? And
Mm-hmm.
you're conversing about, oh, this is what I do, this is how I can help you. And then really solid networking groups, they always encourage people to exchange information, exchange social media, because that's how you're going to stay in front of your audience and give them updates on how your business is transforming or changing, etc. And then they also encourage you to do follow up, like 20-minute consults, where you're just
Okay.
going back and forth, what we call, a virtual cocktail or a virtual coffee. Yeah,
That seems like a very valuable resource.
it is. It really is, because you have to start with a conversation, right? either
Mm-hmm.
either through networking, like going to networking events, or through social media. It always starts with a, hi, how are you? I saw that you liked my post, or I saw that you watched my story. What resonated with you? That's how you get the conversation going, and then that's how you can make a connection. And then potentially, if you hire a strategist like me, I can teach you how to close the deal.